Hey everybody, Jim and Joshua here to talk about our very first look at the Wonder Woman movie on the CW special about the dawn of the Justice League. We did get our very first look at footage from Wonder Woman. It's filming now over in London. Joshua, what did you think?
It looked good.
Yeah?
It looked good. It got me like pumped. I really liked listening to them talk about it, and they talked about some of the Justice League characters. We can touch on that in a second. But I liked hearing Patty Jenkins director Patty Jenkins talk about sort of her vision for Wonder Woman, how she sees her,
Yeah.
and of that she's this incredibly kind and passionate person, but in no way does that take away her power, this immense power that she has. And you know, Gal Gadot looks great.
Yeah.
I think
she looks like Wonder Woman.
She looks, yeah, and just like the way she's like carrying herself, like people were kind of worried about like, oh, she doesn't have enough muscle or this or that or whatever, but she looks like she has like the presence of Wonder Woman. I really like.
She has gravitas. She has a stature to her that's really, and just an intensity in her gaze that you buy her as this ancient goddess and warrior. I thought it was really cool that we get to see essentially real world stuff of set during World War I, and we get to see Chris Pine's Steve Trevor and her fighting some of the troops.
Although when she was fighting the troops, she does that like big wind-up kick thing.
Yeah.
It looks like she completely misses them. And then in the other shot, when she like shield bashes a guy, it looks like she doesn't actually hit the guy, but he goes flying anyways. So I was like,
I'm sure they'll fix that.
I was like, why would you show this if it didn't quite, It looks like they didn't do the best job.
Well, you were also
with it.
though, you were kind of smitten with all the horseback riding in there.
I was like, what was all this horses?
Hey, look, World War I was still like the last time horseback cavalry
that
was
is true.
used.
Okay, because there was a lot of horses.
Basically, it's Wonder Woman meets War Horse. That's what we're saying. This movie is Wonder Woman meets War Horse.
Yeah.
What did you think? I just like the look of it. I like that kind of misty, almost blue-gray kind of haze.
It had a great
it looked different.
vibe to it.
It still looked like it belonged in the BVS universe, but not quite as kind of cutscene video gamey looking as that movie is kind of giving me the...
Yeah, and I really like, my favorite shot was her just walking through the mustard gas, unfazed by it, because she's Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
And it's that World War I imagery mixed with her just power, and also just the tragedy of that war, just all in that one shot. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. I was really into that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that particular footage. I think I like that they did include some Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, and we were kind of joking like. That if Marvel owns World War II with Captain America, then okay, DC's gonna have to do World War I, and that Steve Trevor is basically maybe Wonder Woman's Peggy Carter, if you will.
Yes, and it's the parallels are there. She's sort of like a superpowered hero with a shield,
Yeah. Overall, we thought Wonder Woman looked great. I can't wait to see more of the movie.
Yeah.
But that's not all that they showed last night. We also got. It wasn't movie footage of Aquaman or Cyborg or Flash, but it was concept art that for those who were at in Hall H at Comic-Con 2015, San Diego Comic-Con, okay, it was me in Hall H, me and like 5,000 other people, but that concept art was first shown in this sort of like moving collage that they did around Hall H, which is a huge room. So it was like 8 screens or whatever. So we did get to see some of that, including the costumes and Cyborg's kind of scars and stuff like that at Comic-Con. But it went by really fast.
And now us normal folk can see it online.
That's right. The great unwashed.
I was excited to see the Justice League like line up and then just hear them talk about the characters. Everything they said about the characters was pretty much boilerplate for each character. Nothing new, no like
Did
twist
you like
or
that
anything.
Ray Fisher, the actor who plays Cyborg, has the T-shirt that says Borg Life.
Borg Life,
I love that. I thought that was great. I want that shirt.
It was pretty cool. Even Ezra Miller was sort of wearing Flash colors.
Yeah. I don't think there's any accident to any of that stuff of what they were wearing, obviously. But what did you think about what Ezra Miller and Jeff Johns too, and Kevin Smith was hosting it, but Jeff Johns and Ezra Miller were both basically talking about sort of Flash's origin and how it will be done.
I mean, again, that's like boilerplate Flash, nothing new. It's pretty much the exact same thing as the TV show.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much acknowledging that, they were saying he can go to like a higher frequency to another plane, which is pretty much like the Speed
time
Force.
travel,
Yeah,
too.
and time travel.
Yeah, I mean, they said that we could, basically the DC movie universe, we're going to go into the past, we're going to go underwater with Aquaman, we're going to go into time travel, into the past with just stuff with Wonder Woman
Yeah.
and Themyscira and all that jazz.
There'll be a scene where Flash is just running behind Wonder Woman in
I
World
mean-
War One, and, and then he
Yeah, I
zips
mean,
back.
anything is possible, I
Yeah.
suppose. But they did at the very end too. They did tease that Green Lantern Corps movie, which was also announced at Comic-Con, is going to they're going to space too, so they're going everywhere.
Yeah, that was one thing that was missing from that Justice League image, right? And from this
Right.
lineup is that they had 6 Justice League members, no Green Lantern, even though we know a Green Lantern Corps movie is coming.
And the hashtag of Unite the Seven
Unite the
and-
Seven on that
yeah.
Aquaman picture. So we know he's coming, but he's just not there yet.
Yeah, they
And he's
haven't
he's
cast
not-
him yet, so there's nothing, or them, because it is Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
Rumor is that it'll be Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, maybe Kyle Rayner. It could be all of them.
Guy Gardner, Simon
Guy
Baz,
Gardner, I mean-
Jessica Cruz. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think that's one reason why we're not seeing them in any of that concept art. Is that they don't know yet who it is. You can clearly see that's Momoa and that's
Yeah.
Cavill and Affleck and Godot. And
Also,
Ezra,
maybe Green
Ray.
Lantern isn't the best way to lead because that kind of bombed.
we do still have those.
As much as I
memories,
love
don't
Green
we?
Lantern, yeah, I have to admit that didn't work out.
Yeah.
But let me see. We also got to see the costumes, which I thought was really cool.
Right.
The Flash, no lightning doodads, no circular symbol, just the
Yeah.
lightning bolt. Very streamlined, and he has fingerless gloves. And I think
That doesn't seem
Quicksilver.
wise, though. to have
Quicksilver
fingers.
had fingerless gloves, didn't he?
Yeah, but doesn't
Something like
that
that?
seem? I don't know. Does that seem wise to have fingerless gloves when you can run it? That I don't know. Now we're getting into some pretty deep nerd
I think
stuff.
physically he won't. Friction doesn't affect him.
The one that the one character in the actor's kind of quotes that I really liked was Cyborg, and Ray Fisher, who's a relatively unknown actor. He's a stage actor. He's done some film and TV work, but he described the character as a
technopath, like
a
he can
technopath.
interface and talk to like machines and stuff.
Yeah, that he's always online and that he never sleeps and that I love the idea of him like he's still trying to remain human. It's a very RoboCop kind of thing. you
Yeah,
know?
he's the ultimate millennial. He's always tapped in.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't love his look, though, to be honest. We didn't get a great look at it, so maybe once I see the actual thing, it'll look better. But right now, it looked just too plain, and it was just
Yeah.
like kind of like a metal suit, and then a piece of metal up on his face. And
Yeah, I'm sure
wasn't-
they'll make it a little.
yeah, I like
spiffier and
kind of like
stuff.
the red lights and the doodads, and
Yeah,
sort of you
yeah.
can see like there's sort of like panels here and there,
Right,
and
right.
I'm into that.
Yeah,
doodads.
so far, I've liked everything I've heard about these movies. I've loved what I've seen about Wonder Woman. Batman v Superman was also, there was some stuff from that in there. Just final thought, did this special get you excited for the DC movie slate, or are you sort of like a little skittish still because Batman v Superman is not winning over as many folks as...
Yeah, obviously it's hard to judge BVS without having seen it,
Yeah.
but what we have seen has not inspired great hope because it looks
I'm
so
holding out
dark
hope,
and
but,
grim. And then it's like, but you have like dude running here and the Scarlet Speedster and Aquaman and
yeah.
like Cyborg and Wonder Woman like lighten up a bit, So obviously the movie it could defy expectations and be great, but right now I'm not really sold on that. Everything around it sounds good, and it's finally just great to hear them talk about the grand scheme of the DC universe
Yeah.
and see all the characters and like hear their stories and know that they're coming. So that's
Yeah.
just
There's no
so
going back
refreshing.
now.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, well, whether or not BVS works or not, we're getting these movies. So we want to hear what you guys think of what you've seen so far from the DC movie slate. Let us know in the comments. For all things DC movies, keep it here on IGN.